So, hello everyone. Let's talk about something interesting. When you think about the greatest inventor of our time, there are very few names that strike in our minds. That is Henry Ford, Thomas Alva Edison, and of course the Wright brothers. But there is one more name that is not so recognizable, which is Nicholas Tesla. Why is it so? Why he is not so recognizable? We will talk about this later. So start the story from the very end. In the year 1943, when the world was at the verge of world war, then in the New York, a hotel was named as New Yorker, the Hotel New Yorker. An 86-year-old man was found dead, and guess what? His name was Nicholas Tesla, one of the bravest and courageous person you ever thought of. Why he's died alone? Why he's died penniless after being so brilliant inventor of his time? I think this is a mystery, but we are going to solve it. He was born in Europe in the year 1856. In the middle of his birth, a lady called his mum that this child is a symbol of darkness. But his mother replied, "No, he will be a light and he will transform the world to be a better place to live." And guess what? He did. As a child, Nikola Tesla begins to see visions accompanied by the flash of light. First, he was very confused at what these visions meant. But later on, he understands all these visions, and due to his eidetic memory, he doesn't even need to draw up those visions onto the white sheet of paper. With the help of that visions, he is able to create such inventions which is spectacular and astonishing as well. He has an eidetic memory. He had an eidetic memory which is genetically gifted by his mother at his birth. When Tesla was a child, he suffered from cholera and nearly died from it. When he was fighting for his life, his father promised him that he will send him to the engineering college if he would survive that. And guess what? He miraculously survived that illness. He went on to an engineering college in Austria, where he worked from 3 a.m. to 11 p.m. All of his colleagues were so stunned to see him working so hard, and thought that he might die from exhaustion, but he didn't. He has such a beautiful mind, and he can speak 8 languages and can solve calculus in his subconscious mind. So yes, he was a gifted scientist. But Tesla didn't finish his college because he was addicted to the gambling. This made him ashamed of himself, and he also cut off his ties from his friend and his family, and ended up in Budapest, where he worked as an electrician. One day, wandering in a park, he realized that he can create electricity by using alternative current. This was a game changer for him as well as human existence. So, in 1882, he moved from Budapest and settled in Paris, where he worked for the Edison's company as an electrician who fit the indoor lighting for their customers. One day, his manager was got very impressed by his talent, and called him that you are such a talented person and you should be promote yourself from Paris to New York Edison's company. So he then take up his bag and settle in New York, where he worked there for Edison's machine work. When he reached at the New York, he was robbed and has only 4 cents in his pocket. He was robbed at the Voyage, where the ship and the dockyards are settled. Firstly, Tesla and Edison has a mutual admiration for each other, but later on it turned into a bitter rivalry. How does it happen? It happened because of the fact that Tesla was a founder and inventor of an alternative current, which suggests that the current can change its direction periodically. The changing direction of electricity charge will going to be a game changer in the field of electricity and mechanical engineering. he suggests that if the electricity can change its direction periodically, then we can use it for producing more electricity that will finally be useful in running big appliances. So that's why I called you to thank him, because every refrigerator, every television, every oven that we use now is the gift of alternative current, and this alternative current was promoted and invented by Sir Nikola Tesla. Talking about the rivalry between Edison and Tesla, it is a fact that Edison was a fan and the promoter of and has a patent of direct current, which suggests that the current can only can travel in a single direction. This concept can be used in small appliances like flashlight, but it can't be used in big appliances that I have mentioned earlier. So this was a really troublesome for Edison, because he has a patent for direct current, and this will surely gonna affect his money very badly. When he was at the Edison factory, his manager was not very kind or very keen to him. The Tesla's manager always asked him to repair big machinery, and tell him that if the Tesla will gonna repair it, then we as a manager pay him the $50,000 as a term of bonus, but they never did. After so much humiliation in Edison's factory, he decided to quit and think about that he will start thought that he will operate his own company, but he was in great lack of finance, so he asked for the investor to invest in his own company. Initially the investor did invest in him, but later on the Tesla was defrauded by their own investor, and that make him quit his own company which he built for pursuance of science. After losing his company, Tesla has to work as a laborer for $2 per day for honor. After losing his company, Tesla has to work as a laborer for $2 per day in New York just for his bare survival. But his fortune changed very fast. In the year 1887, he first invented the induction motor by using alternating current, which convert electric energy into mechanical energy. What is electric energy? What is the conversion of electric energy into mechanical energy? I will give you example. We use fan in the summer. How it automatically run because of the motor inside it, which convert electricity into mechanical energy, and then the fan swings or move. So John Westinghouse, another genius, was working on alternative current, but he cannot compete with Thomas Alva Edison's direct current because he was in lack of equipment and lack of finance also. So he found out that Tesla was showing off his alternative method to produce alternating current. Then he teamed up with Tesla and started his fight against Thomas Alva Edison. Tesla received stock and royalties, and also patented his induction motor to John Westinghouse, which he received $212,000 per year for his great invention. Then the war really gets started between Edison's DCs and Tesla's and Westinghouse ACs. This Edison, being Edison, uses unfair means to show the unnecessary flaws in the alternative current, which was not even imaginary, or which is not even possible, because they were using the alternative current very precisely. Then Thomas Alva Edison got beaten up by the John Westinghouse and Tesla as they created the first alternating current power plant in New York, and by which everyone were amazed by the fortune of Tesla and John Westinghouse. But later on, the time swings, and Westinghouse company has to face a serious liquidity problem. So he went to Tesla and asked him if he would give up his royalties of around $12 billion per year for saving his company. Then Tesla, out of compassion and kindness, replied John Westinghouse that you believed in me when the world was against me, so I'm all ready to give up my $12 million per year as a form of royalty. And in return, John Westinghouse gave him around $216,000 for using his induction motor in his appliances. After suffering from this setback, the Tesla was about to feel financially independent because because he had received $216,000 in the form of patent right. So by using this money, he just pursued the merit and brilliance in scientific approaches. He built around 15 or 16 labs in New York, and where he carried his invention and his theories to the and present it to the real world. So this was the period of Tesla in New York where he built a lot of labs and had around 300 patents of his advanced technology. He was the first one to introduce neon lighting, and also the first one to form a turbine which he named after himself, that is a Tesla turbine. He improved in X-ray technology. He was the first one to invent remote control device, and everyone thought that he is doing with the magic, but no, he was well ahead of his time and know each and every aspect of the radioactive signal which can be used in producing miracles that he always do in just a matter of time. He also invented Tesla coil, which is further used by him to make radioactive signals. But disaster took place, and in the year 1895, his lab got burned down by the fire. Later on in that same period, in the European continent and in the country of Italy, another scientist was working on the same thing to produce radioactive signals by using radio, which was and the scientist's name was Macaroni. He later on succeeded in by using 17 patents of Tesla, and Tesla didn't get even single penny of credit of his work and his time and his passion invested in that. For this, he was got frustrated and sued him because he later on achieved the Nobel Prize in 1911 for the physics. Then Tesla moved on from this fact and tried to build a world system where everyone can send messages through wirelessly. But he didn't back by the investors because because the investor thought that he's an old man and also a madman, and he's talking with no sense. But yet he was ahead of his time, because now we are using all kind of wireless technology to send messages to our loved one. So this was the fact of Tesla gone mad and hence died penniless in a New Yorker hotel. On the other hand, the Thomas Alva Edison, who stabbed him or betrayed him or doesn't even respect or admire him of his brilliant mind, is enjoying the all kind of fame he doesn't deserve. So we have to choose between Thomas Alva Edison and Tesla, and my choice is always Nikola Tesla.